yogis, how are you? So good to see you. I miss you all so much, but I'm so happy to share yoga with you in your home. So, Passover is coming, and it's actually one of my favorite holidays of the year, and I thought it would be fun to have a Passover yoga class. Okay, so we're going to start with our lotus, just as we always do. Find your lotus pose. Sit up nice and tall. Rub your hands. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath. Big breath in. Shalom. Rub your hands. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath. Shalom. One more time. Rub your hands. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath. Shalom. And put your yoga goggles on, your Gaya Mudra. And put your yoga goggles on your knees. Let's get ready to say our special words, our mantra. Shalom begins with me. Shalom begins with me. Shalom begins with me. Let's whisper. Shalom begins with me. Shalom begins with me. Shalom begins with me. Now turn off your voice, but just say the words with your mouth. Okay, yogis, take those words, shalom begins with me, right out of your mouth. Put them into your meditation voice right inside your brain. Okay, they're in there. Now quietly say those words inside your own mind. Okay, go. Eyes, take a big breath in. Shalom. Okay, yogis, let's stand up and get ready to move our bodies. We are going to do our sun dance, and we're going to just do the movements together. And I know you know this yoga flow really well. So stand up nice and tall. Reach all the way up, grab some sunshine, bring it right next to your heart. And reach up and let's say, hello sun, and come on down in forward fold. Now put your hands down, step your feet long into a plank pose using all your muscles. Lower down in chaturanga, and there is your cobra pose. Reach all the way up, up dog, and tuck your toes, put your tail in the air, down dog. Take a nice big breath in and let it out. Now step your feet forward and let your arms feel like spaghetti, your head feel like a meatball. And this is ragdoll pose. Take a nice big breath in, reach all the way up to mountain pose, and bring your hands back to your heart. Now, hold your hands right next to your heart while you mindfully sit down back into your lotus pose. Great job. Okay, yogis, so we are going to talk about Passover and do some Passover poses for things that we see on Passover. So the first one is a very, very special book that we use on Passover called a Haggadah. And a Haggadah tells the story of Passover. It has all of the blessings and the whole entire story and what we should do when we're having the Seder meal. So for Haggadah pose, sit up nice and tall, stretch your legs out, stretch your arms out, and open your Haggadah and close your Haggadah. Open your Haggadah and close your Haggadah. One more time, open your Haggadah, slow, 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 and close your Haggadah fast. Okay, yogis, so at Passover, we usually set a beautiful table with special dishes. You would have all of your delicious food, Elijah's cup. So let's make our Seder table pose. Bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor, put your hands behind you, and pop your belly button to the sky. Okay, on my Seder table, I've got gefilte fish and definitely matzo ball soup. Elijah's cup is there. The matzah is hidden under the matzah cover. Take a big breath in. Let's smell all that yummy food. And let it out. And come sit back down. Now, speaking of yummy food, I have a picture of matzo ball soup. So we are going to do our pranayama, our breathing, while we pretend to smell a delicious hot bowl of matzo ball soup. So you're going to use your nose, take a big breath in, smell the soup. Now gently blow on it to cool it off. Smell the soup. One more time, big breath in. Let's smell that yummy matzo ball soup. And gently blow on the soup to cool it off. Nice job. Now, in the story of Passover, it's very important, is baby Moses. Now, baby Moses was put in a basket by his mother Yocheved, and his sister Miriam watched the basket go all the way down the river. So, glue your yoga feet together, pick up one foot, and let's rock that baby Moses. And bring that foot back down. And of course, our golden rule of yoga, what we do to one side, we've got to do to the other. Pick up that baby Moses in the basket and rock baby Moses, side to side. And bring that foot down. Now, let's be baby Moses' basket. I'm going to turn to the side, and for that, we're going to do boat pose. So, stretch one leg up, stretch the other leg up, and if you can, lift your hands up. You are baby Moses' basket. Big breath in, and let it out. And come sit down. Now, we know after Moses left Egypt, when he found out that he might be Jewish, he was walking through the desert. And what did he see? There was a bush that was on fire, but it wasn't burning. And that was God's voice telling Moses to tell Pharaoh to let the Jewish people go. So we are going to do burning bush pose. So bring your hands close to your heart. It's just like tree pose. Find your balance. And of course, let's do the other side. Pick up the other foot. Big breath in. And let it out. Okay. Now we know that God sent some plagues to Egypt, and one of the plagues was the frogs. There were frogs here, there were frogs there were frogs everywhere. So for frog pose, put your hands down in front of you. Step one foot to the side, step the other foot to the side, and keep your hands down. Can you look down? And now lift your hands up. Can you balance? And bring your hands back down. Okay, yogis. Now, after a long, long time, Moses and the Jewish people went all through the desert and came upon a special mountain called Mount Sinai. So come stand up. Reach your arms up. This is Mount Sinai pose. Big breath in and let it out. Now, something very important happened on Mount Sinai. God gave Moses the 10 Commandments. These are special rules and laws for the Jewish people to live by. So we are going to do 10 Commandments pose. Now we know we have 10 fingers, so I want you to stretch your arms out and stretch your 10 fingers really, really wide. Now bend your elbows and bend your knees for 10 Commandments pose. Big breath in and let it out. Okay, yogis. So I'm going to move these pictures out of the way. Move them to the side. And we're going to do our listening meditation. So find your lotus again. Sit up nice and tall. And remember, a listening meditation, it calms your mind, it calms your heart, and calms your body. So be very, very still. So we are going to move on, and one other thing that we have on Passover on our table is the Seder Plate, okay? So we're going to do Passover poses for all of the foods that we find on the Seder Plate. So the first one is going to be the maror, and this is the bitter herb, the horseradish. And it reminds us of how bitter slavery was for the Jewish people in Egypt. So we're going to take a big breath in and do our lion breath, because horseradish, or the bitter herb, is very, very hot and bitter and spicy on our tongue. So take a big breath in. Nice job. Okay. Now, the next item that we have on our Seder plate, this is an apple, and we make charoset with the apple. We mix it with nuts and maybe some sweet wine, and it reminds us of the mortar and the bricks and how hard slavery was when the Jewish people had to work so hard for Pharaoh. It also reminds us, since it's so sweet, of the sweetness of freedom. So, since it's made mostly of apples, we are going to do apple tree. So, bring one foot up and bring your hands close to your heart, but can you bring your branches up this time? And of course, let's do the other side, but let's change your branches. Maybe you have one up, one down. Maybe you've got wide branches. You can play around with it. Find your balance. Okay, yogis. So let's see what's next on the Seder plate. Let me move this back to make sure that you can see everything so far. And the next item on the Seder plate is called the karpas. And in this one, it's a little potato, and what some people will do is boil the potato and put it into salt water. And the salt water reminds us of our tears when the Jewish people were in slavery. So for Karpas pose, we're going to look just like the boiled potato. So hug your knees in and pick up your toes and balance. Put your toes down. One more time, pick up your toes. See if you can find your balance. And bring your toes down. Okay, yogis, let's see what's next. We have our Saroja. And Saroja actually means an arm, like the arm of God that helped the Jewish people out of slavery. And this is a shank bone, usually from a cow, or it can be the bone from the chicken, maybe the chicken that was made from the soup, but we're going to have it be the shank bone of a cow. So we are going to do cow pose. So come on your hands and knees. Look up at the sky. Take a big breath in and let it out. There's your cow pose for your Saroja. Now, the next pose is the Hazarat, which is also another bitter herb. Sometimes a piece of lettuce, like romaine lettuce, that has a little bit of a bitter flavor. And this lettuce actually reminds me a little bit of a flower. And since Passover happens in the spring, flowers grow in the spring, so we're going to do our flower pose. You're going to glue your yoga feet together, pick up your hands, and put them into the diamond that your legs are making. Now creepy crawl your fingers underneath your ankles, grab your ankles, and pull your feet very close. Sit up nice and tall and pick up your feet. This is flower pose. And bring your feet back down. Now, the next item on our Seder plate is an egg, the Beitzah. And the egg reminds us of the circle of life during this very, very sad time for the Jewish people, but then they were free. So for Beitzah pose, we are going to do our child's pose to look like an egg. Big breath in and let it out. And come sit up. So here we have our Seder plate. I'm going to pick it up very carefully and hopefully you can see it. I'm going to just move it over to the side. Now, even though we did our pranayama, I know how much everybody loves the breathing ball. So let's do some more pranayama. You can put your hands on your belly. One more time, let's smell that yummy matzo ball soup. And breathe out. One more time, big breath in. And breathe out. Okay, yogis. So, if you brought a little toy or something for Secret Garden, you can lay down now and just put your toy on your belly or on your heart and be very, very still. And I'm going to read a meditation to you while you are laying down in Secret Garden today. And this is a cloud meditation. Imagine you're a cloud in the sky. What kind of cloud are you? Are you a white fluffy cloud or a dark gray storm cloud? If you are, imagine your angry raindrops just falling away. Maybe you're a silly cloud making shapes of jelly beans and polar bears. Or maybe you're a sparkly cloud full of snowflakes. You can be any kind of cloud you want. Take a long breath in and let it all the way out. Okay, yogis. Everybody, find your seat again. Come sit up in lotus pose. Give it just a moment. And first I want to say, Chag Sameach, Happy Passover, and reach all the way up. Grab a twinkling star. Bring your hands to your heart, and let's whisper to each other, Namaste. All the good things in me see all the good things in you. Thanks, you guys. I hope you had fun doing Passover yoga, and I will see you soon with some more yoga videos. Bye.